All right, hello. So last time I had basically come to the realization that the thing that was actually limiting production was that at an industry, if you were providing like a lot of inputs, it was only going to convert those at a certain rate. So I actually changed the code how that works. So now when the inputs come in, they are just immediately converted. And the only thing that's rate limited is the production of the inputs. Like of new inputs that are just coming from nothing. They just are growing or something like that. And so what that means is that before it didn't make sense to hook up these wheat fields to send to the brewery, but now it it should. And so that'll make a bit more interesting of a solution to a level to actually have to hook things up. So let's just run this to completion. All right. And yeah, so there's where we are at the moment, 520,000. Great. So how can we improve this? What I'm thinking is that basically we want to have these two wheat fields come over to this side and these two go over to this side. So let's just delete some things. Then these vertices, I'll move over here. And then just hook things up. So at the moment, this is just a big gnarly junction. That is probably not going to be so great for the future, but let's just see how it goes. But we're also going to need to fix the routing. So let's see here, what do we got? I should probably name these like wheat 1, wheat 2, something like that. And we'll later have like wheat 3 and 4. But just naming them wheat and wheat is not real clear. Oh, are they the same color also? That is kind of funny. Let's make them different. Just for clarity's sake. Right. So, oh, and we also need a signal here. All right. So wheat 1, you need to go there. You need to go there. Wheat 2, we'll go here, and we'll go there. Great. See how this goes. Yeah, they're waiting a little bit here. It's not quite ideal. So might need to add like another platform or something. And it looks like, okay, how long is it waiting here? I just want to see like, is the bottleneck the junction or is it the loading and unloading? It's close. I think it is still probably loading and unloading, but the junction is almost a bottleneck. So that being the case, we might want to make these row. Well, I guess we can see about that a little bit later. Let's just see how long it takes to complete at the moment. get a baseline. Yeah, okay. So it's a bit worse, but you know, if we add in another set of stations for up here, then that's going to divide by 2 and it'll wind up less. So let's go ahead and do something like that. Then we can worry about the details later. So I think that we'll go like that, and we're gonna have some sort of junction here, and that will come up here, and we'll load, unload, and I forget how long are these things. 5 long. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Shorten that, and this needs to be have 2 extra in front. And this will be, sorry, double platform. So let's just set that up. Guess 2 bridges is probably enough. And then we will need to, of course, double track this. I'll just do like this. Look there. But all right. And let's hook things up. Boop, boop. You up. And let's make this a little bit nicer. Right. I guess. Sure. Yeah, okay, so let's separate signals going in and out. And over here. Out. In. There. Signals. These first, these can come in a little bit, I think. And then, of course, we need to hook up our station. It's our line, our depot. And what are these things? Are they wood trains? I forget. Yeah. So I'll probably need, let's just, what is this up? 4. Okay, well, we'll need at least 4, I guess. And 5 weeks. And we should be good on that front. So yeah, let's just do it. Oh, the classic mistake. Not having a signal at the exit. Sure. It's a little bit non-ideal, but it chooses that route. Should we do this? I don't know. How can I make it pretty? Not like that. What can I do to make this a little bit nicer? So I want to make the length to here not be as long. I guess I could extend the track a little bit to the side. Like that. And this should be still going to be identical distance between them. It's not really going to favor one side or the other. But could I do something? Can I, like, minorly adjust that? That's a little unfortunate, isn't it? I could... No. I don't have great options. Well, let's see what this does. So is it going to the right-hand side? Yeah. Yeah, so a little bit suboptimal. If you have enough trains, then it kind of doesn't matter, because they'll just sort of alternate which platform it goes to. So, yeah, let's just undo this. Let's find how it was. Oh yeah, and run to completion. See how our score is. So slightly better. Time, it's only a little bit better time. What's that? We're not taking the product away fast enough, so it's limited. Like it can't consume the wheat to produce the beer because there's nowhere to put the beer. So we need more beer trains. This might start causing congestion problems. Yeah, we're running out of platforms here. So then, one of the questions we're going to run into here is a question of making this row is going to make it hard to make these ones row. So, what do we do? What's going to be more of a limiting factor? I don't know. What are we doing here? Okay, so we're picking up fast enough at the moment. Oh, what about here? Okay, and we're doing all right. Oh, running out of fuel right before it's going to complete too. So we need more wood trains. What is this one? Fuel. Okay. So let's just add another fuel train. See if that sorts us. Right down here. But it's so funny if it was going so fast, but you notice this goes all the way down. So there's some trains that are not being able to pick up fuel because I guess the fuel delivery is a bit sporadic. So, yeah, not sure what to make of that. What it might mean is that we might be well served by having another wood storage location. So we can monitor that if it's a real problem. We can try and do something about it. How are we doing? Okay, we'll pick up all the beer. Just making sure that, okay, the inputs are actually the limiting factor at the moment. And we did a bit better. Okay. Let's just double check it. It was verified. Great. what I mean is, if it's unverified, it has a question mark, but there's no question mark, so the server verified it as being a legit score. Accurate. And let's go ahead and look up this industry. And again, we need 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bias it some way. We should buy it on the close side. And double track it. And bridge. And let's go ahead and connect this up. Now what do we want to do here? Let's just delete that. Think about it. Yeah, so what I think we actually want is for that to hook up there and that to hook up there. Right, come back. Okay. And we will need 3 signals exiting everywhere. Yeah, I think that's all set up. I mean, we'll need to do the routing, but in terms of trains not crashing into each other, set up. And then we need to just those all across. Get our signals here. At that, a chain in and a free signal out. Very nice. Can I make that any nicer? Guess that's nicer. Yeah. Now let's pick up our depot. Sure, let's say 4. Say 5. And there we go. And then this, oh yeah, we have to name these. This should be week 4, I guess. And this guy should be 3. Sort of like a clockwise order. And we need to fix our routing. So let's come here, week 3, you should go that way, and week 4, you should go that way. Oop. Looks great. And let's go. Of course. Someday I'm going to remember. Clearly not today. And how is our level of wheat? A little faster. No climbing. Stay. And it seems to really only be using 1 track at a time, which is sort of funny. So all of these need more trains. Well, these ones down here, actually the issue is that they're, I think, limited by the unloading. But the other ones, not so much actually. They actually just need more trains. Or let's run to completion. Oh no, we're running out of fuel again. These. Yeah, so let's monitor our fuel situation. Yeah, they go for a bit and don't get anything. What's going on? Yeah, this is definitely fluctuating a bunch. Well, is 0 for a bit. 0 for a bit. Okay. So I think let's just put another fuel station there. So now we have twice as much storage. And what we want to see is if one goes out, okay, but both shouldn't run out. Yeah. The thing is also like these trains up here, because they're moving, they're actually like doing something instead of just waiting. They're consuming the fuel faster. So that's why I think the storage up here is running out more so than the one below. Probably. Um, Anyhow, how is our brewery doing? Oh, look at that, we've got so much beer. Worse by 52,000 because it's slower. Mainly. Okay, but we know that's part of the problem. That's some more trains. How's this looking? Yeah, we're not picking it up fast enough. And look at that backup. Yeah, we got a traffic situation here. I think that actually the bottom is going to have more of a traffic situation. Just because we can't have so many platforms. So I think that the bottom is where we should make a row. So how do we do that? We can convert it by inputs. So we don't need those outputs. I'm going to make this, see, I'm just wondering if it's actually useful to put them onto a little shared bit of track here first. Because we kind of want to merge things quickly. Okay. And then these are not going to be two-way anymore. So what's the deal? I think this goes up a little bit. So we might not need the platform in the back. So this can be a little shorter. I think we want to have things. Okay, well, we'll just see how it looks. And then this is a free signal, and we can reduce the size of this by putting some signals there. And that looks pretty good. It just bugs me. I don't want to signal there. So this should reduce the congestion some, and we can add another platform as well. How are we doing here? Okay, I mean, it's might be better. No, running out of fuel again. What's with this running out of fuel? Constantly running out of fuel. Well, I mean, I guess we add another fuel train. Fuel. Oh. Adding more fuel trains isn't doing anything because we need more platforms. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and do our usual platform adding. And that's probably good. Oh. Let's move this also then. Oh, what's that? Oh, there's not enough wood here. Huh. Well, that might be a problem. That might be in the end, the main limiting factor. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, if we don't have enough wood, what you gonna do? Adding more platforms isn't gonna help. Okay, well, let's just see what happens. Yeah, running out of fuel. Um, so maybe not the issue. We're doing the third distillery. Okay, and we're also wood limited here. Interesting. So we don't need so many trains here. They're just waiting anyhow. So what do I want to do? Maybe reduce the number of trains going to this wheat field to the longest distance thing. Running out of fuel. Okay, so maybe we don't need as many bear trains. I first want to get this like running out of fuel issue sorted. Running out of fuel. I guess there's 0 wood. Well. And just keep on running out of fuel. Like, I wonder if our traffic jam was causing the trains to just sort of simply not burn fuel. It's actually like saving us. Yeah. Mm. Okay, well, let's just reduce the number of trains a bit. So So they're both at 3 now, right? Okay, it still runs out after. So why is it worse? It's worse infrastructure and slower. So interesting. So you don't need to deliver as much beer here. Hmm. Still worse. Both in infrastructure and time. What are we doing? So it has so much beer. Okay. So we do need another train, I guess, or to really reduce the reduce something. Seems like we just have too many trains still. So if these have extra wheat, I think that this wheat field might be totally unnecessary, actually. There's a lot having to do with the infrastructure. Okay, so maybe this whole thing was a mistake. Go ahead and connect these up again. Worse by 67,000. Yeah, okay, but to be fair, we did reduce the road trains here. By 3,000. Looks like we're picking up all the wheat now. These ones aren't. So let's try and fix this congestion problem a little bit. We'll do it this way. Because it's a little cramped. I think it's better to not have it spaced out. Workers can just live with traveling a little bit farther. And I think I fix the routing. Okay, wheat 1. should be going to, well, to there. Wait, 2 should be going to there. So how's that looking? You looking good? I don't love how big the intersection is, but it's better, I think. I don't see things waiting as much. We're doing, okay, we'll pick up the beer. We're doing, could use more wood there. Okay, it's a little bit better. We've made some progress. So yeah, it seems like our main issue is now wood over there. How are we doing here? Hard to say because we became limited. And how are we doing with our forest? Yeah, we just don't have enough. I just want to see, are we going to run out of fuel here? Oh my gosh, like right, right after I completed. Okay, that's better. Spending a little less time refueling things, but this is kind of indicating we have too many trains. Oh, a little bit better. And it didn't immediately run out of fuel. Let's just check the state. We still have too much beer. Okay, now we have the opposite problem. So, just tweaking things. So that's what it was before, but we yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like just right on the edge. Do we actually need fewer fuel trains? Because now we know that like the number of fuel trains wasn't the issue. It was the actual issue was that we were running out of wood at the forest. So yeah, that was better. So there was less contention over these platforms. And what is this doing? And we have plenty of wood. Okay. So now the situation, we're not picking things up quickly enough here. We have enough wood to where I'm tempted to think that we need another platform. And I think here I'm not so desperate for space. Wait, that does look ugly though. So let's just go ahead and some more bridges. See. Something like that. So not too close to the track. Sorry, which ones? I started actually using that platform. And why is that? Is it because things are so backed up? Wait, what's going on here? Is the back of the train like barely sticking out or something? Like actually, what's going on? That should be fine. Yeah, I think I just dragged them a little bit up. I think they were slightly too short. Okay, now it's working properly. Okay, that's not ideal. It's not quite a bug, but it's non-obvious what's going wrong. How are we doing in terms of repair? It's working pretty well. And here, this might be optimal now. Oh no, run out of fuel. Is our first out of wood? No, not quite. Hmm. It is going down to 0. Okay, let's put another. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Better again. Another 4,000. And I'm not sure this double platform is needed at all. Pretty good. Okay. You just need it. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not quite convinced. Just try. Easy enough to delete some stuff. Hmm. Yeah, that's staying at 0. So the other platform wasn't helping at all, I guess. It's worse. Hmm. Well. Okay. It should be same as best. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, hurry. Why is... So I already have it open. Oh yeah, I already have it open. That has excess bear. We're in danger of just... Yeah, okay. I think that's as good as it's gonna be. That worked out very well. Oh, one thing we can try doing is reducing the number of trains here. Yeah, better by a little bit. Okay, well, roughly reduce it more. Worse. Okay. Or is optimal. Alright, so we almost got to 400,000. Almost below. Not quite, but I'd call that decent. What's it start? It's like 520,000, so it's about 120,000 better. If I remember right. I mean, not quite as much as I hoped I could get down to, but still a decent improvement. I still never managed to successfully use this extra wheat field, but for a totally different reason. I was not really expecting the force to become the limiting factor, but it did. That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't feel artificial in the same way that it did before. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Love to see it. All the trains going around. Alright. With that, goodbye. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. See you around.